So I was looking into this Seshat character and I was like, what is this at her feet? What is this there? Seshat, show feet. Show feet! But no, she's like, no, I'm busy scribing. Busy scribing up here, sorry. What is she scribing? She's depicted in a leopard skin, inscribing the years of reign for the king. On the palm leaf, the hieroglyph for year. That's how they said year, was this stick. And at the end of the stick, what's at the end of the stick? Kek O'Mega.
Kekistan.
What's a Kekistan?
Kek is a mythological country that's ruled by chaos, by the god Kek, who's a frog, as it turns out. I frequently come across people claiming that I sound a fair bit like Kermit the Frog.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
And wasn't really sure what to make of that. It might not have been my first choice for animal avatar, although I suppose it could be a lot worse. I mean, Kermit is a pretty good guy, and I think it's an example of what the psychologist Carl Jung called synchronicity. And since I've been engaging in this free speech campaign, I've experienced a number of synchronous events. And one thing that's kind of cool is that I had this mask made by Charles a while back, and this is a frog. So there now, I've got my quack-quack-a-whack. Kek was an Egyptian god, and he was a frog, and he was between categories.
Kek had the head of a frog on a human body. When the Nile River would flow and fertilize the soil, of course, frogs would accompany it. At the same time, it washed away everything that had been established there. The Egyptians had a very strong relationship with the idea of order and chaos, and the Nile was sort of the vector of this. And frogs as the symbol of the Nile creature, the chaotic bringer of madness.
Kekistan's ruled by this Egyptian god, whose name is Kek, who's a frog. I mean, there's rules for operating in chaos. Right, because that's when you're in the belly of the beast or the belly of the whale, and you're underwater. You're in the underworld. You're in the underworld in chaos, and so that's a really cool thing to know, Joe.
In his new incarnation, he is a god of technology. Language and madness have been synthesized in the form of message boards. His means of spreading chaos, of destroying civilization, are through the spread of electronic images, of electronic video clips.
They get into virtually not alone bubble. They start traveling along. Oh no, it is the Kek head. These poor lobster monkeys have encountered the dangerous times of the giant Kek head.
This is not merely the schizophrenizing of a few angry fascists, but rather it is a great deal of young men who are being literally possessed by an archetype, possessed by a living symbol, a living unconscious entity. The symbolic understandings of the past are going to come in great need of the future. It is through the magic of Kek that the election was won. We need to be able to analyze symbolism as well as we can to make any sense of the mimetic tongues that are being spoken. Memes matter.
Peugeot was kind of pulling the strings a little bit. Peugeot had a massive influence.
I see him as directly responsible for a capitalization on Peterson's rocket ride in terms of symbolism.
The frog is a harbinger of dangerous times, because
Take these frogs away from me.
And the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt.
Dennis is just laughing.
Yeah, same thing again. Yeah, it's like, here's some more frogs. We can do it too. You take away the frogs from me. All right, so
now that's exactly how he is post-coma. But before the coma, he was, these are my frogs. This is my frog army. And Jonathan was the one that helped coordinate him with the symbolism of that crown, the Kek hat, which I demand he relinquish.
I mean, when I saw the video that you put up...
Can you please duck down about 6 inches?
Like this?
Yes, it says Kek above your head and has some weird symbols.
I just enjoy the meme culture, and so I get from my girlfriend the wooden letters Kek. or my girlfriend thought it was really funny.
So, what does Kek mean to you? And you can come back up those 6 inches.
Yes, a playful attitude towards the obscenity that is our lives. I would link it with this craziness that basically crept up since, I don't know, maybe 2010, or I can't exactly pin it down because I was too young then, but it has increased over the time, and there is this kind of cynical / playful attitude, not to take it too seriously.
Okay, what about Kek Ωmega?
It's kind of a meme on reality by the internet, and I needed some kind of nice background, so an emergent behavior in the internet, or this whole like Kekistani lore, or like subculture. Of course, there are like far-right elements in it, but it's kind of an expression of our society and also of the soul of Gen Z, I would say, which is not allowed into mainstream media. You're basically getting this very totalitarian networks, which basically force some kind of existential structure on your mind. And stuff like 4chan, where all this Kekistani evolution originated, in a sense, is more like the artistic freedom where the real soul actually can express itself.
Transaction fee. Not Visa. Who the fuck is Visa? Where's that money going? I mean, you guys are, the war on human contact is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Are you trying to depopulate? Is it like all the other agendas to reduce the population not effective enough for you? You don't let people smile at each other on the street anymore? No, cover your smile. No smiling at each other. Wear those surrender flags. I'm scared of dying. I'm so scared of dying. Well, aren't you scared of living like this? These are my grievances. Where do these go? Where do these grievances go? Internet, tell me now. Anyway, wait, Peterson shit. Yeah, that's right. You guys, Papa Peterson, get on your arm. Welcome to the GrimGriz YouTube stream. Maybe they'll throw me off one day. A boy can try. Boy man can try. I hope you're having a good time. I did want to show you a thing that I'm looking for right now, and that's not very exciting for you, but that you probably need to recover from that last thing I just did. And like, go tell your friends, dude, this guy is losing it on the internet, quick. No, wait, I'm Shadow Bland. I gotta be Shadow Bland.
The real soul actually can express itself, and of course, in some sense, the real soul, they are sometimes a little bit ugly, a little bit over the top, like, but they are in some sense an expression of a Jungian dark, or like a Jungian shadow, if you will.
He's furious that they have allowed the knowledge of ages to just vanish. He goes back to the group and he shouts at them, trying to wake them up from their stupor, and he implores them to try to be curious and to respect the civilizations that came before them. It's actually pretty eerie to watch this actor who came from the so-called greatest generation shouting at a room full of baby boomers, berating them as they ignore him, confounded that they have allowed all this knowledge of their ancestors to dissolve and slip away.
And what you see, for example, in Europe, we now have a shift to the right, especially in young people. And
you gotta watch that left right stuff, man. It's the same fucking bird.
But it's kind of interesting because you could anticipate kind of right backlash to the default culture based on this kind of internet memery. Like it's the art has foreshadowed the cultural development in a sense. And I mean, this is what I personally connect with all of this Kek and internet meme stuff, and it's incredibly interesting.
That's how they said year was this stick. And at the end of the stick, what's at the end of the stick? At the end of time, there is Kek and then Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had the Kek. The Kek is here. We're in clown world. So clearly now, it's the Omega. Okay, that's all the hot tips I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed the streams. I'll see you. Wait, what? What?
I'm not a cat.